Emini Playbook, September 26, 2023, 7-minute recap. Let's get into the battlefield of today's market activity. Let's look at who was in control, the bulls or the bears, and how it played out in the intraday market indicators. First, let's take a quick tour of the landscape. We are starting with the 3-minute chart here, the 6-minute chart here, the 12-minute chart here, and the 60-minute chart here. So these four give us market symmetry. Taking trades off of the 3-minute, looking for confirmation on the 6-minute and the 12-minute, and looking for the overall momentum on the 60-minute. We always start out with the daily activity, which we have here, the daily chart going back 30 days, giving us an idea of what the large picture is going into the day. And here we have an algorithm that basically gives us an indication of how correlated the markets are. Each line represents a different market, and the algorithm divides them into each other to see how they're moving at any particular point throughout the day. Very helpful to see in a quick eyes glance what the other markets are doing. And this particular chart is giving us the ES in red. It's giving us the NASDAQ in green, giving us the E micro in purple, giving us the YM in turquoise, also showing us the gold market in yellow, and also the oil market in white. So very helpful to have this at the bottom of the screen just to see if there's correlation in the markets, which ones are oversold or overbought, and how they are potentially moving with each other. We adjust our strategy based on the level of correlation with the other markets. So the idea of today, we are starting with the daily chart. We are looking at this as a trend, definitely going back 4 or 5 days, we are in a downward trend. We have the 7 market moods that we cover in our E-mini playbook. We are seeing, going back to August, a peak here, bumping our heads up against this zone and then going into a downward trend all the way until August 28th. After that, we are seeing our algorithm dots turning white, which is an indicator of an entry into congestion. We went into congestion from around August 28th until September the 19th. And we got a very strong indicator in the presence of downward days that we were breaking out of this congestion here and going into a downward trend. So the question of today, were we going to continue the downward trend, or were we going to have a pause? And this question was pretty significant because yesterday, this green bar here, we got a very big head fake. We were looking at the market to continue to go down when we only saw this, and we were looking for downward activity. But Monday, being the first day of the week, a lot of traders coming back on the desk, a lot of buying and selling going on, we actually got this candle, which gave us an upward day yesterday. So coming into today, the 26th, Tuesday, we're looking to see if we're going to continue this downward trend. We look to our internal daily indicators to give us the playbook for the day. And the significant thing to monitor for today's activity, which gave us the confirmation that the downward trend was back in play, primarily was the advanced decline line. The advanced decline line gave us a very good indication that we were headed back down. And looking, we give a lot of significance to the entry, the open of the advanced decline line. When the advanced decline line opens in negative territory, it is a very good indicator. However, that alone may not give us an indication of bearish activity. We may want to take other things into consideration, but this morning we had two good things going for us. We had an open at negative 1800, very bearish. Then after we went through the first 15 minutes, around 9:45, we see that we begin this very slow trickle downward into the negative territory. That gives us a very good indication that the bears are firmly in control. And we see throughout the rest of the day, there was a slow trickle to the downside. How was that reflected in the actual price activity? This morning, starting at 9:30, we can see the activity goes into a bearish move and never really recovers. The only thing that we had basically were a couple of pullbacks, and pullbacks are an ideal indication to get into particular positions. So the confirmation with the negative opening of the advanced decline line and also the slow downward trickle of the advanced decline line gave us a lot of protection to the short side. We have built-in algorithms that give us indication of whether or not the activity is bullish or bearish based on volume and also candlestick activity. And most of today's candlestick activity was red, letting us know that we're in bullish territory. So today was a day of shorts, looking to take advantage of that bearish sentiment for the day, getting confirmation from our indicators as to the direction that we want to go in. And another thing that we have on the daily is we have the average true range. And the average true range basically takes the bars for the last 30 days and gives us an indication of what their average movement for the day is. So for today, we saw a very big move, and it was very much in line with some recent bars of activity, letting us know that that move was definitely to be expected after yesterday, and it is in line with the downward trend that we're currently in. So going into tomorrow, Wednesday, September 27th, we are looking to continue this downward trend that we are seeing and taking advantage of more bearish trades and also paying attention to the intraday indicators. We want to make sure that the advanced decline line stays in the negative. We want to make sure that the ticks stay in the negative, which today they basically were about 95% under zero, zero being here. Most of our ticks on the NYSE were under zero. So again, all bearish activity when the market gives us consistency across intraday indicators, it lets us know that we definitely don't want to be on the long side. We want to do everything that we can to look for opportunities to go short. So that being said, that was today's playbook. Hope everyone was on the right side of the market and taking good trades. Look forward to jumping in the markets again tomorrow. Have a good evening.